Hey everyone, it's Christoph, and today I'll be playing around with chess.com's tactics trainer. If you're not familiar with what that is, this is a training function, and essentially we are given a chess position from a random game, and we are told to find the best move or series of moves from that given position. So I thought I might play around with that today so we can solve a puzzle. Alright, let's begin. Let's try. Alright, so we're playing with the black pieces. And we have two active pieces near the opposing king. This knight is out of play. And what this tells me is that I essentially have to play a series of forcing moves, because if I don't and I play something passive, like, for example, queen, I don't know, something stupid like queen here defends the knight, well, that's not really an active move. If I make any move, like queen or knight here, this drops the knight. So, this is a tell. And this tell tells me I have to play something active, something like a check, like knight e4. This is what sticks out. So yeah, I'm gonna try and knight e4. Let's see, what moves does he have? On king h4, there's g5, isn't there? Knight e4 check, king h4, g5, king here. Then what? Not seeing it. Knight e4 check, king h4. Maybe instead of g5 check, we go knight f6 check. Takes. This would just drop a piece. We can't take because he takes in c8. Alright, so what do we do on after knight e4? King h4. There's no queen here just yet. The knight covers that square. Let me think. Okay, well, suppose he doesn't go to h4. Knight e4 check. Where else does he go? King here? And king here. This queen, even though this queen is near the opposing king, I think it's worth stating that it's not entirely active, if you know what I mean. The queen it's on the h1 square, but the question I have to ask is it really playing a part in the attack, or is it just a sitting duck, as I like to call it? And I think the answer to that question is it appears to be a sitting duck. Let me think. Because the reason I say this, there's no queen here or queen to e1 even. As you can see, the knight covers those squares, doesn't he? Yeah, this is not playing. I want to get into this main line though. Knight e4, king h4. Then what? g5, king h5. Knight f6. This is approaching mate, isn't it? If it's not already mate. Knight e4 check, king g4. g5 check, king h5. Excuse me. Knight here. This is looking very dangerous, actually. This would be mate. Okay, so we rule out king h6, knight e4, king g5. Excuse me, king g4. I have h5 check, king f4, and then queen c1. If that's a line. So maybe this comes into play at some point, like not now, but I think this is the beginning. Knight e4 check, king g4, can't go to h4. Knight e4 check, king h4, g5, king h5, knight f6. This is mating. So where else does he go? Does he have any other square? Knight here. If king f4, I still have. I'm not seeing even a good continuation here. Knight e4, king f4. I mean, I guess we have queen c1 because the knight is defended, but I don't know. Knight e4, king f4, queen c1. King e5. We have f6, don't we? Yeah, I'm not seeing it. But I kind of want to see the whole line because I feel like if I could just continue playing this move, and I'm not really thinking more than one move ahead. I want to see the correct line here. I'm just not seeing it. I've already eliminated this. This mates if after 94, this mates. Here, this I'm not so sure about. I mean h5 and then queen c1. Because after h5, he's forced to a dark square. It's not like he has this f6 square. So I think this is the correct first move, but I don't want to be so quick to play this. Is there something else with the queen? I'm not seeing it. The other move I was maybe looking at is for a second I thought queen c1 sacking this knight would be interesting because it does defend this knight. But if queen c1 now, and if he takes, where's the follow-up exactly? The king covers the e3 square. We can't come here. Yeah. Alright, well, I think this is the first move. It has to be. I don't think there's any waiting move. Like h5 even, he just takes. So, as I mentioned earlier, this is the threat. I'm not playing queen c1, which means I have to play some sort of forcing move like knight e4. So I'm going to go for that. See if it works. Okay, that move is correct. Now what? g5? G5, king here. Knight here, king g3. Where's the follow-up? I'm not seeing it. Yeah, g5. You can't go to g3, excuse me. The knight covers that square. g5, even queen g5, king e3, queen c1. That could be interesting. King d3. Where's the follow-up there? I'm not seeing it. There's no. Oh, knight here is a fork, isn't it? Huh, yeah. This is quite fascinating. g5. If king here, queen c1, king d3, knight c5. And then I take the queen next move. Is this the correct idea? Or do I just go queen c1? Yeah, I think he has alternatives. g5, he has king, not here. I guess king e5 maybe. Here, king e5. Where's the follow-up? I'm not seeing it. f6 maybe. That's a bit optimistic. He can king. I don't know. g5, king e5, f6, king e6. No follow-up for black here. This is at. I think this is the. Because when I look at these puzzles, I go through a process of elimination. I really try to eliminate all the stupid moves, and then I narrow it down to the more logical moves. And I've narrowed down. I eliminated g5 because if it goes king e3, this is winning. But the thing is, he can go king e5, and as in chess, you have to assume your opponent makes the best move. g5, king e5, f6, king e6, queen takes next move, queen c1. We're playing on the defending side, not the attacking side. And the other thing with queen c1 is I really believe it keeps the initiative. Yeah, and I want to try this. Queen c1, that is correct. Now we can play f6. Doesn't he take on d5? Tricky position. f6. King here. I think I have knight c5. Yeah, this isn't working for him. f6. King here. Knight c5. King here. Queen takes d5. Queen. Well, that drops my knight. But f6. Hold on, let me calculate. f6. King takes d5. Queen here. And what's he gonna do? He has to take the knight. Knight d6. And then it's forked. I'm just trying to think, if I play f6 and he takes on d5, queen c5, does he have anything other than taking the knight? Queen here. f6, king takes d5, queen takes c5, king takes king here. G5 maybe? I don't know. f6, king takes d5, queen c5, king takes... I don't know, where does he go? Because I thought he got king f4, but isn't he on d5? Yeah. Alright, I've been calculating this, and this has to be the move. If it's not, I'm going to be really mad at myself. Nothing here. Nothing there. Let's try it. I think this works. King takes d5. Because the purpose is that when I take with check, he goes here, I go knight d6 with a fork, but I think this is the correct. I don't know. I'm very hesitant to play this line. I think I have to go for it though. Let's do it. It's correct. Alright, and then this is my idea. And he's kind of forced to take the... I don't know, is this a mate here? Mate here takes... I don't know. Let's try it. Here's our mate. Tricky stuff here. This, and then this, and then that. He still takes here. Alright. If there's a mate, I'm not seeing it. Takes. Oh, okay. Well, we solved that one. I want to go back and look at the analysis to kind of show you some of the things I was thinking about. Just so you can see. So this is the given position. This is from an actual game, wasn't it? I wish I could actually see the game. I wonder if there's an option to do that. Yeah, so this is the idea. Knight e4. I have to play something for us because this knight is hanging. The queen's going to take next move. And where does he go? Here? Well, hold on. First I eliminated this move. This, pretty much, I thought, if I had this king here, I think I calculated this move. Oh, I didn't even see this. King takes h6. Wow. I lost. I completely did not see this. Check. I thought that if you played this, I thought this was, like when I was calculating this, I thought this was mating, but I totally forgot this pawn is left hanging. He can just take. And in fact, the, engine says he's a lot better after, we have knight d6, queen e8. Yeah, this is losing for us. Wow. So let's look at the other line. King here, knight here. If this happens, I have h5. I calculated this. King f4. Queen c1 is similar to what actually happened in the game. Actually, king here. f6 takes. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, this is knight d4. I think this is the best move. King here. Give a check. King e5. And then I was very hesitant to play this. I'm not sure why. I don't really see a better move. Actually, I wasn't hesitant to play this. I was hesitant to play queen c5 because I was convinced there was some sort of mate. Like, I don't know. Like, something along the lines of, like playing this at some point. But the queen can't really do much. It's defending the knight, isn't she? I mean, this is the correct move, but, I don't know. Is there something here? Like, whose turn is it? I don't know. I thought there was, some sort of, like this even. I thought this might be some sort of mate. If king here. Because I thought I had this move, didn't I? Check. This feels like it's winning for me, but king takes f6. Queen f4. King takes g6. The more I look at it, do I have at least a perpetual or something like that? But I guess I don't. king here. And I'm starting to run out of checks. King here, h5, king here. Knight takes e2, queen. Yeah, and I'm out of checks now. I have h4, but it doesn't do anything. So, I thought I had calculated something, some sort of mate, but king takes. But yeah, I think this is the safer route, just to win the queen, and well, he can move anywhere. I can just take that. So overall, I think this is a good puzzle. I like solving this one. It took a bit of calculation, not because it was necessarily difficult, but I was just, there's a few lines I could have considered. I knew this. Excuse me, king g3, knight e4. I knew this was the first, the correct move. However, I had to calculate. Like, I totally forgot my h pawn was hanging. King h5, g5, king h6, knight f6 check, king takes h6. Like, I honestly, I'm not going to lie. I consider myself a strong player, but I'm not going to lie. Like, I forgot my pawn was hanging. I'm going to be honest and say that I forgot my pawn was hanging. I also had to calculate king g5 and how that differs from, a question that arose during this calculation is there a difference between king g4 and king f4? Like, for example, king here, I have h5, but it just goes to king f4 anyways. It's the same thing as if you went to king f4 in the first place instead of going this route. It's from g3 to g4 to f4, or you just go from g3 to f4. It's commutative either way. You get through the f4 square, and you get the same line here. King e5. Also, I've also forgot. Oh, you can't even go to the square. Yeah, I'm not seeing things properly today. I haven't played chess in a while. But after king, you can't even go king e3. I thought for a second king e3 and then I don't know, knight c5 or something. I forgot the line, but I immediately discarded it because it's an unrealistic line. But yeah, h4, and so anyway, it doesn't even matter if he goes g4, h5, king f4 is the same thing if he went to king f4 in the first place. And then we go queen c1, king here, f6. Where does he go now? King here. Just knight c5 right away, right? That loses the queen immediately. You lose the queen anyway. If you go here, this is also losing. But the engines are telling me this is, in this position, -4. And for some reason, if you go king here, this is -7. Almost -8. So what's the difference between, you lose your queen in both variations, but I don't know. King takes f6. Is there a better move than taking the queen? Yeah, I think there's a better move than taking the queen. Although this is very tempting, better here is queen f4. I think the engine's thought about it for a second, but queen f4. This is the correct move. And in fact, if he blocks with a knight, this is mate. That's checkmate. So where does he go from here? King takes g6. Now I can take this. And I feel like that in this line, where he goes king here instead of taking the pawn, his king is more vulnerable, as opposed to, in the line. Queen here, king here. In this line, his king is not as vulnerable. He has the protection of both knights and bishop. In my line, I my old line. Oh, this isn't clicking. The line I showed you previously. Yeah, the king is what on g6. At one point f6, and if he blocks with a knight, he's getting mated. So I think as far as just as a note of improvement for white, and just a note to keep in mind in any future games, or just anytime there's just a general thing to keep in mind, is that any line you enter, you want to make sure your pieces are protected, and you want to make sure that they're not vulnerable to attack. I mean, this is kind of a given. You play chess, you don't want your pieces to be vulnerable. You want them to be coordinated, and you want them to work together. But I think white in the line here. I have to play it out again. This is getting annoying. In the line here, keep in mind, we'll take a look at the board. The knight covers d6, it covers e7. The king it's pressuring this f7 square. Now, at first this might look logical because the idea is queen f7, but I mean, what's it really doing? This check doesn't do much. And anyways, you have knight c5. So you never, even though this queen f7 is a nice fantasy, you never really get the chance to utilize this. You lose. It's black to move, and yes, knight c5. Move wherever, and you're losing the queen next move. And also, another minus, in addition to losing your queen, you're now within black's territory. The king is 1-2 squares away from the opposition, and this is just dead lost here. So just as a note of improvement, white should really consider his space. Where is he entering? I think it is wise, even though you lose the queen, it is wise to take the pawn here, because if nothing else, you do have. You are in your own territory. You are in your side of the board. You're not on black's side of the board, and at the same time, you have a little bit of coordination with your knights, your bishop, and even though this is really losing for white, you still have a little bit of counterplay. I'll go with an engine line. Queen a3. Oh, excuse me, king f2. This knight is defended. Knight d6. Bishop d3. I mean, this don't get me lost. This is dead loss for white, but there is chance for black to go wrong. Maybe this passed pawn can be a threat one day. King f7. King. He doesn't like that move. He likes g4. Something along the lines of this. This is a bit safer than having the king on e6 and potentially getting mated, especially if you block with the knight. You're getting mated on f5. Well, all right. That's all for now. I hope you learned something. I know I learned a few things. I took note of several things here, and that's all I have to say. And thanks for watching. Bye.